Hi, you guys. Welcome to another episode of More to the Story. I'm Farron Moore, and this is my sister.
So goofy.
This is my sister, Ronnie Guyton.
You so happy?
I am. I'm always happy when I start a new episode. I be nervous, but then I be excited. I start so many of the episodes like, I'm so excited. Wait a minute. Oh, y'all crazy. Okay. Huh? Oh, she doesn't know what we're talking about and she can't take it. Huh?
I want to know.
She been asking me. My lips crusty.
They are. Tell me now. Did you just...
Hi, you guys. I didn't have to compete with nobody, so Tahir's been racing to introduce himself before me on the podcast. And I didn't have to fight with nobody this time.
Yes, I would have.
That's why I didn't told you. Yeah. So, how you doing? Oh, you want to give us... So, last time Ronnie was on here, we talked about her business venture with her bestie. And so, let's just get, a little update. And, let's see what's happening with Kinetic Design.
Is that what we're about to talk about?
No.
Well,
but
tell me.
No, I just want a little update. Stop looking at shit. Y'all know, her vision ain't even that good. Why close it? She can't see it no way.
But I can. Distance,
shit.
yes. I can tell you what those things say from over there. I can. But close up, yeah, I need my glasses.
Yeah, let us know. How are things? We still chugging along?
Yeah, we are. It's just, things are just moving slow, but we're still making progress.
It's coming. Yeah, still making progress. Yeah. Okay.
So we just got, got some samples of different materials.
Wait, give us, for those that possibly didn't see the episode, just let us know what the business is again.
Okay. So it's Kinetic Art Design and interior design. So we're doing pillows and curtains, and we just got in some samples of some materials, and my friend has been busy, our business partner, I should say. She's been really busy. So we haven't had time to sit down together and decide, because we ordered so many samples and we were so excited. So we had some sent to my house and some sent to her house because we were really excited. So we're going to get together, we're going to open them together, and then we're going to decide what we like, what we don't like.
I already opened some.
I did. I'm going to tape them back together and say I didn't, okay? So, you all don't know.
This partnership is doomed.
So if somebody could have just kept their mouth closed, but I did open them. I was so excited.
See, she excited like me.
Excited. But, so we're going to get together and we're going to open them and decide on what we like, what we don't like. Hopefully, I already saw some that I like because I opened them. But anyway, because we're going to do a collection. So,
these bracelets, we might have to take them off or something. I don't know. Jam some tissue in there so they're not so clinky. Okay. Yeah, they are pretty loud.
I'm just going to hold them.
You just going to hold them the whole time?
Yeah, like this.
Girl, bless your heart and all your parts, whatever.
Actually, I need to this the arm I should be holding. Anyway.
She got this busted up elbow, y'all, and she won't stop talking about it.
It hurt me so bad.
She got tennis elbow.
And apparently tennis shoulder because my shoulder hurts too. But anyway.
Okay. So that's what's happening with that. And we gonna keep y'all posted because I'm excited about it and I can't wait till things are going. Yeah, so we excited. Okay, so question. What
I wouldn't do that. Ever.
You wouldn't do that?
Ever.
You're so fucking stupid. So say that you're out and you need directions somewhere or you have a question about something, what makes you choose the person that you're choosing to go up to and ask this question? Like, because
Well, because I'm pretty silly. I don't know, just when I see certain people, I don't know, just in my mind, I'll just be thinking, she looks like she knows. Like, whatever it is.
But what is it about their physical appearance that make it look like they know? Is there a pattern to, like, the type of people you would approach for directions, or just questions about things, don't know where a store is in a mall?
Okay, so...
like, what's the physical characteristics that make you think this person would know?
So we were out of town, and this man had on this, he had on quite the get up, y'all. So he had on this stupid, like, I don't know, khaki color. I call it a little safari hat. Mm-hmm. He had on that, these little khaki cargo shorts, and he just had all
Was you at the zoo?
No, exactly. So he had, like, really a survival kit on his belt.
He ready for the apocalypse at any given moment.
He was ready for action. Okay, no matter what it was.
No matter relaxing. Our classes never last.
No, you won't.
I'm listening. I'm here with
you. So, I was like, oh, well, look at that fella.
But where were you? Like, what question did you have to ask that you were like, he knows?
We were just, we were actually on our way to aquarium.
Oh, see, yeah, he knew.
Exactly where it was.
I bet all his pockets had stuff in it.
It looked as if they did. So we were like, oh, we thought it was over here because we had of course Googled it or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when we got there, we were like, okay, can we park here? Is it up there? Like, we were just, kind of confused or whatever. And it was so many different buildings. And I just happened to look over and see him. I was like, oh, he knows for sure. Like, hands down, no question about it. He definitely knows. So, and when I asked him, guess what? He said, what you can do is, you walk down here, you can go through that entrance, But, I don't know. They were saying whatever. We were like, okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. He said, and it's a thing up there, and they'll give you some coupons to get in, cheaper. And I looked back, I said, y'all did not sell, y'all.
I picked some good.
Okay.
I picked some good.
I did a good job. So I don't know, just the way he looked, just everything about him screamed. Just like
for that specific situation, like he looked like he knew what he was.
Yeah, the tube socks, all of it. It said it. The fanny pack, like I was like, yeah, he knows.
Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to get into today. We're going to talk about, I just learned it's called Lookism is one of the words. But
wow, okay.
We're going to talk about pretty privilege, beauty bias, Lookism, those things. And that's why I ask, like, what made you... How do you decide who you're going to walk up to versus another person if you are attracted to that person and you trying to just get in their space to just see, how you doing? Or if you're, what you doing? You being rude?
No, I'm not. Keep talking. Okay. I'm not being rude. I'm not. Just keep talking.
Girl. Don't be looking up stuff. That's my job.
I'm not looking up anything.
What you doing? I'm upset.
She's not.
I'm not excited no more. I'm upset.
You're not.
But so anyway, just what makes you choose those people? Why do you think they know what they doing, what they talking about, all the things? And it's been kind of trending a little bit on the TikToks, and so I just wanted to get into it a little bit. So let's define pretty privilege or beauty bias. Lookism is hilarious, and I think I'm gonna stick with the term lookism for the rest of the episode. So let's define lookism. It's the societal advantages often unearned that benefit people who are perceived as pretty or considered beautiful. And we know like beauty is subjective. Like what's attractive to me isn't necessarily attractive to you and vice versa. But there are some societal norms or characteristics, physical characteristics that some people just kind of gravitate to or just feel like they're attractive. They fit the beauty standard. So like when you see someone who you find attractive or just a beautiful person, what personality traits do you just automatically think they have?
I don't know. I used to. I won't say always. I used to think, especially with women, and this is terrible, but especially with women, I would automatically think, oh, she's a bitch. Like,
why?
I don't know. It would just kind of like be something that I felt like that they were kind of giving off, a little bit. And it was like, oh, she's really pretty, but yeah, she's definitely a bitch. and honestly,
I'm listening now. Keep going.
Most times I would be right.
Oh.
Because I work in the beauty industry, and most times I would be right.
Okay.
I would be. And I feel like, I don't know, for me, I feel like I read people really well. Mm-hmm. And I
mean, you was right about cargo shorts.
Thank you.
You picked some good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so apparently you're not the only person who jumps to these conclusions and do all these things. Or just have this like preconceived notion of, I know who this person is just from the way that they look. Like we all do that. And on top of sexism and racism and ageism, now we got lookism that, is kind of influenced by sexism, racism, and not kind of, it is influenced.
And then I feel like just unconscious bias happens without us even knowing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, because we'll get further into it, but the what was I saying? Oh yeah. So like where we fall on the like physical attractiveness spectrum can actually determine our quality of life, because we have to depend on other people to make it and stuff. And so it's like how we look to them, how they perceive our knowledge based on how we look, how they perceive our talent, our expertise based on how we look. It kind of like it affects our trajectory. And like this is just, we're just talking about how we look to someone. And this trans woman, she writes or used to write for Allure, or maybe she just did that one article for Allure, but she also did an interview with Oprah. And she was saying how, when she was a kid, she was never called pretty or anything. And, but, when she was a kid, she was a boy. So nobody calls a boy pretty. But, that was important to her. And it wasn't until she got further into her transition and became more quote unquote passable that people started like doing things for her, buying her drinks and, just compliments. She got, all these compliments all of a sudden, and doors are like physically being opened for her and all these things. And it just made her think of the trans women that aren't societally accepted as passable, and it just, she just basically using her platform to bring attention to that beauty standard that we hold people to, and how we seem just generally speaking, we seem to be nicer to pretty people than we are to people that we would deem unattractive. And it's like, I'm sure, like, nobody is innocent of this. Like, everybody does it, and you probably didn't even realize you did it until right now. I'm putting you in your own face. Hey, friends. This episode of More to the Story is sponsored by HelloFresh. And you know, HelloFresh is a staple in the Moore household. Like, I don't like to cook and I don't like grocery shopping. So what better way than to have somebody tell me what to cook, specific instructions on what to cook that guarantees it's going to be amazing and provide the things for me to cook. Like music, literal music. With fall coming up and being so busy and all the things, like they even have seasonal recipes. The fall harvest is officially on with HelloFresh. Count on seasonal recipes like pumpkin cinnamon rolls. That sounds so good. Pumpkin cinnamon rolls, ordering those, I'll let you know. They're gonna be good. I already know it. And other Friendsgiving ready sides, as well as fresh, high quality ingredients that travel from the farm to your front door. So you get like legit fresh stuff. Like nothing's worse than looking up a recipe and it's asking for like rosemary. And you're like, I don't have that. And then you go to the store and you gotta buy like a bundle of, I don't know how rosemary comes because I just tap out of that recipe once it asks for something like that. But if you've done it, then you know you gotta buy way too much. But with HelloFresh, they give you exactly what you need so you're not wasting money and food, right? And one of my absolute favorite things is that HelloFresh is so flexible that you could just go into the app or log in online and you just select what you want to come, when you want it to come, how many people you want enough to cook for, all those things. So I just don't have to, like, I can switch it up, I can change it. You know, some days everybody's not here, so I can scale it back. So I'm not being wasteful or just getting in, you know, spending more money than I want to spend if I'm not feeding as many people as I usually am. So, or if I'm having company and we want food for a few more people, then I can just add to it and it's here. And it's like so reliable. It's been amazing. So again, let me tell you how to get your HelloFresh, like for real. Stop if you haven't yet. Like, what you waiting for? I'm getting mad. What you waiting for? Go to HelloFresh.com/14more, and that's 14MOORE. And use the code 14more for up to 14 free meals, including free shipping. Like, that's amazing. Do not miss out on this, y'all. That's HelloFresh.com/14more and use the code 14more to get up to 14 free meals plus free shipping. Okay? I'm going to say it one more time. Go to HelloFresh.com/14more and use code 14more for up to 14 free meals, including free shipping. Don't miss out. What you want to share? Share it.
I'm listening.
Because you keep messing with that phone. Just share it. What you got to share?
I have nothing.
She got something to share.
I don't.
She got something to share.
We just kind of like discuss this.
Who is we?
At work. Coworkers.
Okay.
At work, because I work in the beauty industry, and so I work like in the very front of the store in MAC makeup. That's so as soon as you walk into the store, you're gonna see me. Mm-hmm. And I get when people walk up to me all the time. And it's like, when I saw you, I knew you would know what I needed. Mm-hmm. You would know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And it's like, ma'am, it's a lot of things in this store. I can help you find it, but I have no clue what you're asking for,
Right.
you know. Oh, look at your eyes or your makeup and it. So I need to do this, this, and this, and this, or different things that they want. They just assume just by looking at me, I know. Mm-hmm. And even being off work, and I had on all black, and I didn't even realize I still had my name tag on. I was in the grocery store, and this lady said, "Oh, you work at Ulta?" Mm-hmm. And I said, "Yes." And she was like, "Do they have?"
Ma'am.
I just want to.
You know how else you get this information?
You can go to
Google.
the store, or you can jump on your phone.
You can jump on the internet.
Yeah, and she just began to talk to me, and I'm like, I was just at this little seafood counter. Can I just get these crab legs and go? You know. But
but it plays like such a big part in everything, like your popularity, grades, like kids. This starts at like birth, y'all. So higher grades, more positive work reviews, even career advancement. All of that is affected by like your appearance and how like. You know, how quote unquote attractive you are, or even how attractive you are to the people who are making these decisions or touching this part of your life. What?
No, because it just made me think about me and Brian, that's my husband. We were in Target, and this little boy was crying. He was just like acting.
Oh, he was ugly.
Fool.
Too.
Yes. Yes, and we both.
I don't know why we be thinking that ugly kids don't have a right to cry.
God. It was so funny because I didn't even say anything. I just looked at my husband, and he looked at me, and he was like, "Yeah." So as we walking out the store, the first thing he said was like, "That little ugly motherfucker, like you get up, like just stop it and get up." I said, "Damn," I was thinking the same thing. Like you too damn ugly to be acting a fool like that. Get
your kids, they don't know they ugly.
Oh my goodness! But that I swear I started.
It's like being a poor kid. You don't realize you poor until you get older, and you're like, "Oh shit, I didn't have shit." You don't realize you're ugly until you get older. You're like, they called everybody else cute around me, and they didn't say shit to me.
He was not gonna get called cute. I'm like, dress him in the best. Like, make sure his outfit is the shit because, like, he is ugly as hell, and he was just screaming, and I was like, man, like you are too ugly to be crying like that. Like you are too ugly for that.
Oh, that's hilarious. But
that's
yes,
terrible.
It's terrible, but it's also funny.
And very true.
If you green, you in. Don't add us. Don't add us about it.
Well, if you do, that means your kid is probably ugly then.
You were an ugly kid. No.
You were the ugly kid.
So listen to this. People who are considered pretty are more likely to be hired, have higher salaries, and are less likely to be found guilty and are sentenced less harshly.
That's true.
Isn't that crazy? But think about it. Remember the photo of the pretty guy that was running around and like a police department was looking for him, and they're like, "Oh shit, I hope I find him." Like, because he was attractive, and like he got out of jail, ended up with a fucking modeling career. And stuff.
Yeah. The
guy with, I think his eyes were like green or something.
Married like the H&M heiress or something.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
I had no idea about all that.
He left his. If we're talking about the same person, he left his wife and married the H&M heiress.
Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. Like what was it? What they called him? A cute convict or something? It was something stupid like that. Let's see if we can look it up real quick.
But yeah, that poor kid.
I think I just made... Oh, there he is. Hi, little fella. I literally just Googled Jeremy Meeks. I literally just Googled cute convict and this nigga's face popped up.
That is him.
Yep. Spouse... Melissa Meek. Oh, partner Chloe Green. No, he ain't with nobody right now.
But he was with somebody from... Because they talked about it on, like, TMZ and...
Now I gotta know. Who knows? Somebody tell me. Nope. Nobody's coming up.
See who the I think, I can't remember her name, but I know it was H&M.
Okay. Oh, Wikipedia. You know what? I probably do owe you at least my life savings. Wikipedia be asking for money, and I'm like, man, you all right. But anyway, so yeah, the being cute gets you out of stuff, and
it gets you.
It stuff. Says that like people just attach these these really positive and good characteristics onto pretty people, so much so that research has shown that managers will not hire pretty people for like quote unquote like low jobs, like the lower and it's like you don't give her pretty ass a mop, like she probably dumb as a box of Pop Rocks, and you like she too pretty to mop floors. She applied and is interviewing for a reason.
They would much rather
she need that
somebody that's I guess you would say less attractive in the back doing shipment than they would have this person on the floor.
But then again, it's so crazy because there's also like no surprise when an attractive person is dumb, and it's like, oh, at least they cute.
Right. So true.
Oh, look at you. Well, I mean, you always have your looks. Yeah, but so pretty people are perceived as being smarter, healthier, more competent, and people treat pretty people better. Pretty privilege is also conditional and is not often extended to women who are trans, black and brown, disabled, older, or overweight. So because the beauty standard is white and tall and thin and like, you know,
long hair,
right? That was a big one. I remember being a kid and wishing my hair was so long, so I would take, Val loved her turtlenecks, so I used to take the turtleneck and hang it around my head, act like my hair was long. Act like my hair was so long. I used to put ponytail holders on it and shit, just wanting to be that, and that was me as a kid.
But that was the standard of beauty.
And it's so crazy because we started off and, mostly we pretty much just got it from TV because both of us started off in black communities, black schools, black, neighborhood and everything. So it's like what we saw should have been it, but it wasn't, But I do want to get into, I found this Business Insider article on 11 scientific reasons why attractive people are more successful in life. And I'm only sharing this because, decent people, or they not just walking around, I'm pretty to the left, I'm pretty to the right, I'm so pretty, I can't sleep at night. Like, people aren't walking around like that. People sometimes, a lot of times, are embarrassed by their beauty, or even if they're not, they don't want to bring attention to the fact that they only got the things that they have because of it. Or sometimes you just don't even realize, this just came easy to me. And why did it come so easy to me?
But then too, when that's just always been a way of life for you, that's the norm.
Yeah.
You don't realize that because you look the way you do, things come a lot easier for you.
Yeah.
They come easier to you because it's always been that way.
Yeah. But we are not innocent in it, because think about how you treat people. Like, think about who you're nicer to, or who you, just like you frowned up at Ugly Baby. Like, just think about how you are and point the finger at yourself about, how am I treating people based solely on how they look? And especially being black women, it's like, the last thing we want to hear is that somebody's mistreating us because we're black, but we not going to want to be mistreated because, we are fine being treated well because we're pretty, you know?
Right.
So we need to pay attention to how we're treating other people based solely on their looks. Like it goes ageism, sexism, like, you know, sometimes I'm harder on men because it's like you're supposed to be strong and tough, and it's like, well, they're still human and they have feelings, and no. So, like, we just need to bring attention to how we're treating people as a whole. And this goes into it.
And then a lot of, which I think this kind of goes hand in hand, a lot of quote unquote pretty people, a lot of them are so insecure, you know, and well, we walking around thinking that, oh, she got it all together, or she's smart, she's this, or he's smart, he's that. That underneath, it's just so, they have so many issues, you know.
Because I feel like it's because so much weight is always put on how you look.
Very true.
That if somebody's not complimenting how you look or commenting on how you look in a positive way, then it's like something's broken. I'm doing something wrong. Or if I don't look the part, I guess, then something's wrong. You know, so you're insecure about it, and then your actual intelligence, your actual skill, your confidence, all of that goes with it. So that's why I think that is, because we just societally, we just put, is that a word? Is societally a word? We're going to make it a word if it's not. So societally speaking, it just rolls, right? We just make it, put that down. I said it's a word. We just put so much weight on looks. And so it's our fault that, you know, pretty privilege is a thing, and it, you know, so we can't even get mad at the folks that may be exploiting it or just benefiting from it because we made it a thing. People made it a thing. So, number one in this reasons why attractive people are more successful is that they are considered more able by employers. So, it says here that hiring managers, no, I started in the wrong spot. We're inclined to pay people more depending on how they look. In a 2005 experiment modeling the hiring process, would-be employers looking at photographs of would-be employees were ready to give 10.5% higher salaries to attractive people over unattractive people. And this was just based on photographs.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Another one, physically attractive workers are more confident, and higher confidence increases wages. Like when it's kind of instilled in cute kids, like they just hear that they're cute and you putting them in front of everybody and you want them to do all the things. So this is building confidence, and so they become, you know, a lot of the times attractive adults, and so they still have this air of confidence that even if I don't know what the hell I'm doing, I'm gonna act like I do, and I'm gonna walk into this space.
Arrogance,
yeah, I'm gonna walk into this space like I know what I'm doing. Because hell, I know that I've applied and got jobs I did not know what the hell I was doing, simply because I was like, I'm just gonna be confident and I'm gonna talk about it like I know what I'm talking about, even though I just looked at just looked that shit up.
And then just when they're hired, or when you're hired for a job and you really have no clue and they basically hired you because you're attractive, at that point a lot of times it's like, oh, you don't know it? I'll show you. You know? No problem.
Right. And they call it the halo effect. Like we take someone's appearance to be telling of their overall character. So it's, y'all, Y'all, we did this. Also, even at school, y'all. So it says teachers expect better looking kids to outperform in school, and they devote more attention to children who are perceived to have greater potential. So I already perceive that this cute, well-groomed kid has greater potential because they're cute and well-groomed, and so they get more attention. So ain't that crazy?
Very true, though.
Yep, and that preferential treatment in return builds confidence, and it builds that child's social skills and communication skills, which now they can walk into a situation actually unsure of themselves and come across like they are. Another one is physically attractive workers have social skills that raise their wages when they interact with employers. Have you ever experienced that? Like going in for a promotion or a raise and felt like you got it partially because of how you carry yourself or how you look, especially when dealing with the opposite sex.
Yes, that has happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, was only everybody that I had talked to in the store that willingly shared what they were making, and I was just like, no, that's not gonna work for me,
Mm-hmm.
And so when I went in and talked to it was a guy, a man, or whatever, and it was like no problem. When I told him, well, I'm gonna need more than
Mm-hmm.
this. And he said, yeah. And I hadn't even said what it was I wanted, how much or whatever. He said, okay. And then he told me who I would talk to. And he's like, I'll make sure to let her know. And it just, when I tell you, it's never gone that smooth.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I was kind of,
like I had a whole PowerPoint.
And
so I bought a laser pointer.
Yeah, but it went so smooth. And then he was like, oh, your makeup looks great. Mm-hmm. And he just went on and on and on. So the formal interview that I was expecting just took a turn, And I'm like, oh, okay. And he told me, I love your outfit. You're so stylish. And I was like, oh, okay. Yep. Maybe I should have asked for a little more,
Right. So it says that, like I said before, because of that confidence that's instilled in you when you're younger, because you're a cute kid and you're perceived to be smarter and more worthy of attention when you're attractive, it's that physical attractiveness raises social and communication skills, which in return raise an employer's estimate of the worker's productivity. So you walk in here being like this ray of sunshine, this social butterfly, and like I've worked with these people. It's like you got so much to say, everybody, a little bit about everything, but you ain't doing a motherfucking thing to produce anything. Like you are the laziest asshole I've ever seen, I don't want to talk to you.
I have definitely worked with some people like that.
Yes, and it's all because of just those social skills, and they are generally attractive people. They're, pleasant to look upon. So we assume that the employer is unaware of these biases and, don't try to correct for them. So if you're an employer, pay attention to that shit. Sometimes them pretty people be dumb as fuck.
And lazy.
Or lazy. Or
both.
Right, or lazy. So, and it's like, it's some people that aren't as societally pleasant to look. I don't know. It's some ugly people. I was trying to
clean it up.
I was trying to be PC.
Really...
It's some unattractive people that are getting passed over for things. So we're talking about, I'm serious. Because think about it. Right. Because think about it. Black people, we're so upset we're still fighting to like
equality.
To be chosen, to stop being picked over, and because we are Black people, or sorry, was it BIPOC, people of color. That like we're still fighting to not be picked over because we are people of color, when we're also doing this to unattractive people, So I just want us all to be just more aware of how we're treating one another.
People, yeah.
Yes. So what else? It was found that women who wear makeup appear more competent and trustworthy, which is hilarious because they're always talking about how she got on all that makeup. It's witchcraft.
Witchcraft?
Because like you see some women, they're like, they look totally different without their makeup, and some men, or I've seen Instagram videos or just stuff, period, of like, wow, that's witchcraft, or she catfishing, like that's a totally different person
okay.
with the makeup on. But apparently it comes off as like we're more competent and trustworthy. She has on makeup, I have on none. Who looks more trustworthy? Me, right?
I mean,
me.
No, I would have came, but I was rushed and I was late. But that's.
I would say it don't matter if you was rushed. If you
this is yesterday's face.
If you were 40 minutes late,
this is yesterday's face.
Matter if I rushed you.
I couldn't find today's face, so I just went with yesterday's face.
Oh yeah, so next.
But I am pretty trustworthy. I can't say that.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You have your moments. Attractive people get called back for job interviews more often too. So they did this thing where a study in 2013 where they sent out 100,000 resumes, changing only the name, address, and photo to analyze the callback rates, right? So while the average callback rate was about 30% of all resumes, attractive women got invited for an interview 54% of the time, and attractive men got called back 47% of the time. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. We just talked about this a little bit. Attractive women have a better advantage when negotiating with men. Mm-hmm. Which I don't even think that needed to be listed here. Like,
that really men goes without saying. Yeah,
they are who they are, and we're working on them. They're a work in progress. But from the sounds of it, we all are. But them, they're a work in progress. But I do want to, okay. So now we know we bias towards pretty people. It's okay. You're not a terrible person. Like, don't be so hard on yourself, kid. I'm here for you. But also, like, what can we do just as people to help alleviate,
like, you have to be more conscious.
Just more
conscious of how you treat people,
especially if you play a role in someone's trajectory, someone's career. If you are a manager, if you are a teacher, if you are heading some type of media, beauty, something, like, be inclusive, because this lookism or beauty bias also affects our able-bodied. That's the most correct term. We don't use handicap. Disabled. I don't know if we still use disabled. So able-bodied, or our people who are not able-bodied. It affects them. It affects our older generations. It affects, like I've said, our people of color. It affects all of us. So we just need to be like, if you have any say so on any of it, review your thought process on why you picked who you picked. Just like we say, we like, what was it? Oscars So White or Academy Awards or something. You remember that? When we were protesting the Oscars. And because they were that's not the only problem.
Yeah.
Them only picking white people is not the problem. Them only picking, like thin people, people who, aren't the able-bodied people, like all of that matters. And I just be trying to just be a good person all the way around. And though I feel like I'm on the right path, I still got to check myself. And I didn't even know this was a thing. And now I'm like, oh my God. So I just need to. So I'm going to go out there in the streets and put on my mask, and I'm a ugly person today. And that's just one step towards being a better person.
It's not.
No.
It's not. And the fact that that you said that with a straight face. I'm going to put on my mask, and I'm going to
Ronnie COVID.
And I'm going to feed the homeless, and I'm going to go volunteer at the shelter. This girl said, I'm going to put on my mask and hug an ugly person.
Oh, that's who else I breezed over. Also, let's love also affected by that are overweight people. I forgot. I was like, I'm forgetting something. But my memory ain't what it used. My memory ain't never been shit.
You ain't shit.
But, yes, I just wanted to bring attention to it. You sure you didn't want to read that? You brought up I saw you pull up the thing. I feel like she had something she want to share, and she trying to be shy, y'all, and I'm just here
I'm not. I had a Benadryl. And just let y'all know.
But because it's because of us that people don't want to really bring attention to it, because no one wants to call themselves unattractive, and no one wants to say that they only got what they got because or their looks played a big role in why they got the things that they got or made it as far in life as they have. Unless you full on in the beauty industry, which then it makes sense. But
you can read
so
it,
tell me some things that you want me to do what?
I was gonna say you can read it because I can't.
What's some way you were treated either in your favor unfairly or not in your favor, but it was unfairly, because of your looks? Be honest with me. You can email me if you don't want to put it in the comments, y'all. Email me.
Just put it in there.
And more to the story podcast@gmail.com.
Okay,
what is it?
So this is just saying, what can you do better? How to understand how your mind works so you can slow down your thinking to make a better decision, and that leads to better outcomes. As far as you just said, when whether you're a teacher or principal or just whatever your job title is, and you're making decisions on somebody else's life.
Yeah, definitely. Was that it? Okay. What happens when you're not aware
of the automatic and
implicit
associations you're making? What if these automatic associations are about people?
Yes. Good job. See, you should have shared that earlier. She was trying to be shy. Y'all.
I wasn't.
She was being bashful. But so let's just go out there. You're not alone. There's always somebody prettier, somebody more attractive, somebody that's quote unquote sexier or in better shape. And so in what I've been passed over for things, I've been chosen over someone else for things like what's your story? Let's get into it. yeah, I want to know and I want to read them here so that other people know that they are not alone. There's always more to the story. Y'all see what I did? So, but y'all know me, like, I don't ever want anybody to ever feel alone in their story. And sometimes people just sit with those feelings when it's like, no, we need to all feel like we're in this together. And because we are. And a lot of us are experiencing a lot of the same things.
This says, experts believe that a majority of our decisions are made by our conscious mind. Unconscious, I'm sorry, y'all. Mm-hmm. Our brains are wired to make cognitive shortcuts to help us process millions of pieces of information we've received every second. We make snap judgments, which we do about people, which can sometimes be wrong or not aligned with our conscious values and beliefs. This can result in behaviors that may have... Sorry, y'all. I took a picture of this on a screen.
She can't see.
I can't, sorry. Have unintentional consequences for ourselves and others. So y'all see it, like I took a picture of a screen and then it's bad. So
yeah, it was too tiny for her little baby eyes. But yeah, because I know I've been, in a predominantly white neighborhood or just seen someone, and just from looking at them, I'm like, they a Trump supporter. And it's I don't even know that. And
I say that all the time.
Or, just assuming that people who are, brandishing the American flag because, never mind. But I've just assumed that, they Trump supporter. When actually, no, it's probably just a veteran and he's like, hey, I did my time and for this flag, So we just all need to just take a step back and stop judging books by their covers. Yeah. That's it, y'all. But let us know your stories. What wonderful things have happened to you, or not so wonderful things that have happened to you, based on your perceived beauty. Let us know. And that's it. This has been another episode of More to the Story. And this is my sister, Ronnie. And we'll keep y'all up to date on what's happening with Kinetic Art Designs because I'm excited. Okay, bye, y'all.
Bye.